Chances are you probably heard of this person before. Ash TREVINO, or Ashley Trevino, but everyone calls her Ash Trevino. You might not know all the lore per se, which is probably a good thing because knowing all the Ash Trevino lore probably lowers your IQ by at least like 20 points. Me. But chances are you probably remember the brief period in time back in February of this year where she blew up out of the blue for being the worst mom on TikTok, where her name was everywhere. Ash Trevino, Ash Trevino, Ash Trevino. Everyone was talking about it. All the commentary YouTubers, all the tea channels, it was everywhere. People were just about Ashley Trevino. And then randomly, poof, she dropped off the face of the earth entirely. Where is she? Who is she? No one talks about her anymore. That's right. For the first time ever, cancel culture has actually worked, thank God, because we canceled Ash Trevino. Ash Trevino is officially canceled. Ash Trevino fell off. Why is this news? Why do we care? I don't know. I kind of feel like let's investigate a little bit. I kind of wanted to investigate a little bit. I wanted to figure out what exactly canceled Ash Trevino, because she was known for being literally the worst person. Well, not the worst person. There's a lot of worse people than her, but one of them, she had been doing all these things, running around town, doing horrible things, mistreating her family, sleeping with teenagers, getting drunk on live, showing the nunu, just like literally the worst things imaginable that would like literally make her look stupid. Like nobody, you couldn't pay me, you couldn't pay nobody to do these things that she was doing for free. And on live stream too. And that just made her more and more popular and more famous. And then all of a sudden, poof, she's gone. So what are these things that canceled Ash Trevino? What finally worked in our society that we finally canceled somebody and stopped listening to them and stopped caring about them? Not just unsubscribed or whatever, but literally just stopped caring about that person. So let's dive on in. Ever since she kind of fell off, she's been doing some really weird things. And what I found through my digging was a rampage of racism, hate, threats, showing the nunu, and being exiled from the entire Texas Mexican influencer community. Like I said, we're going to dive on into that today, and I'm going to explain to y'all the top 3 reasons why Ash Trevino finally canceled. What worked, what didn't work, what worked, what canceled her, and why was she threatening a random girl? So this is the last video that I'm going to make on this, and this will be the official update, everything that happened with Ash Trevino and her cancellation. Hi y'all, it's me, ELIANAM, and welcome to my YouTube channel where I talk about pop culture, trending topics, and social media scandals. But really, I've just kind of been talking about like whatever I want, to be honest. But I have, once again, doing makeup on. It was a fan favorite in the last video that I wore the makeup in, so I kind of wanted to try it again and like maybe try to make it better. So what is new with me? What's new with me? I started posting on TikTok again. It's okay. I love YouTube. I love y'all. I love my community here. TikTok is where I post more about beauty stuff. So if y'all want to see like stuff like makeup tutorials, day-to-day stuff, get ready with me's, eyebrow tutorials, product recommendations, that is where you will find that on my TikTok. But y'all, let's get into it about Ash Trevino. Let's get into the last video. This is a very quick preface, maybe like a little 3-minute preface, maybe less, just so y'all can get caught up. So Ash Trevino is a 36-year-old mom from Texas. We don't really know her like nationality. I know for a fact that she's Latina, but like she is of some kind of Hispanic origin, but refuses to tell us which. She's mentioned that her dad and mom are from parts of Mexico before. However, she is very racist to Mexicans. She's been caught calling Mexicans horrible racial slurs that starts with a W. I'm not going to repeat it. Rather not spread hate, and I don't want to spread that word around to people. If they don't know what the word out is already, then that's probably a good thing. So I'm not going to spread hate. So, also, she has been racist towards Guatemalans too. Getting mad at somebody for calling her Guatemalan.
Am I Guatemalan? No, I'm Hispanic. And I chose to leave because they were Indians. And I'm not working under no Indians. I'm sorry, I'm just not.
She was first well known in the spotlight, like the teeny tiny weensy little flashlight of a spotlight on TikTok. And this was in summer of 2024. And she was known as the inmate hopper. She would literally go and date the guys who were in prison, and she would hop inmate to inmate to inmate.
I've been married to 2 inmates, okay? Noe was my most recent, which is we just divorced June 3rd. Babe, there's 2.3K people watching you right now. So then I started talking to inmate after inmate after inmate in 2021. Anybody y'all gave me, I was writing them. I didn't care.
So then she would go on TikTok live and she would associate with all these other kind of like 30, 40-year-old jailbird wives or whatever, prison wives. And I don't know, they would just gossip about their prison boyfriends, and she would think that it's so cool that she's an inmate hopper, prison hopper. She steals everyone's husbands in jail. She only dates jailbirds. She only dates felons, criminal records. They gotta have a background. I don't know, just like really weird behavior for an adult. But after the inmate hopper did not work out, you know, the inmate hopper career didn't work out, she started associating herself a lot with like some really dramatic people. There is like a group of people on TikTok that are known for being really wild and really dramatic. Like, do y'all know Shadi Bay? This is Shadi Bay.
I am a single queen. You know the vibes. Man, these days, them all. They will hurt everyone's feelings and them all. Don't forget to call me Shadi.
So Shadi Bay and like her friends and like all those people in that group are kind of just known for like being shit disturbers. Like they're out here like causing drama and just being wild and doing crazy things and trolling people and trolling the internet. Those types of people, she would like insert herself with those types of people. So naturally, she kind of became more and more relevant. From fall of 2024 to winter of 2024, she was like gaining a lot of traction on TikTok for just the wild things that she would say while she's on TikTok Live. Because this sis would go on TikTok Live every single day, despite being a mother of two, despite having responsibilities, despite having apparently a full-time job as a dental receptionist. She would be on TikTok every day, and she would be like ordering DoorDash, eating hot Cheetos and bean dip, being very unhealthy, being very unhygienic, unsanitary.
Oh my God, what is that?
No, but
Y'all might have heard this viral sound clip that went around on TikTok because she's nothing but "ta bien feita la way." Nobody even knew what she was saying. That's not Spanish. Like, it's Spanish, but it's like, is that supposed to be slang? You're talking too fast. I had trouble understanding what the hell she was saying. A lot of other people who spoke Spanish didn't understand what she was saying, but "ta bien feita la way."
Don't be trying to act all Spanish.
vale más que te pasivas, ¿eh?
So basically, at the beginning of December of 2024, she was on Instagram Live with this 19-year-old kid named Santos, and this was like the first live stream that they had. They were hitting each other up. On live, she was drunk as hell on live, acting a fool, being embarrassing, and she like lifts her shirt down, like pulls it down. You can see the sister's cherries, and she's like has her tongue out and just like looks really disgusting, and it's really like not something that should be on Instagram, which is why her account got banned, I believe, right after that. That was her first interaction with Santos. And then after that, Santos decided to keep seeing Ash, I guess just for clout, for whatever. They would always live stream together. They like faked this whole relationship, and everyone was so mad because he was young.
That's my girlfriend.
Girlfriend?
Yes.
You look like Grandma.
I cannot.
He was also lying about his age, and he also had multiple SA allegations against him. So this is a man who's like not liked already in the TikTok space. He's already not a good person. Things took a turn for the worse towards January of 2025, because January, that was when Santos exposed her online for owing him a lot of money and for the relationship being fake the whole time, him actually being her secret manager behind the scenes, and he also exposed her for not buying her kids beds. And everyone kind of started digging into it, and it turns out, yeah, her kids don't own beds, and she's never bought her kids beds. Her kids were sleeping either at their grandma's house or on these like little ass dinky ass air mattresses at her house. But then also her kids were barely even around. Like, her kids were spending most of the time with their grandparents and living most of the time with their grandparents. Meanwhile, Ash was on live partying, drinking every day. She was allegedly doing drugs, allegedly doing like, she was like posting bottle service. She was on live like making out with guys, like doing these really weird sexual faces to like young guys. It was just like very predatory and very uncomfortable and unnerving. Flash forward 1 month where this girl, Camila Arujo, so she is a very big OF model in the Bop House. If you know Mr. Beast, he threw like this. It's like a fake Squid Games Mr. Beast threw. She gained a huge following from that. Then she started her OnlyFans account, and then she started the Bop House, which is like the big house with Sophie Rain and all them in it. So that's what she does.
Brother, now how does it feel that your sister has an OF?
Well, if it's taking me this far to Disneyland, yeah, keep doing what you're doing. And I still don't know what my friends mean if it's pink.
You will never know, buddy. But hey, subscribe.
So she now runs like this podcast also. I'm not sure what it's called. I think it's just called like the Camilla podcast or something. But she has like these controversial guests on her podcast, and she interviews them, and then they get clipped. If y'all have ever seen any of those clips where Sophie Rain is exposing how much money she makes, like the viral one where she's like, I made $40 million in a year. She invited Ash Trevino onto her podcast so that she could interview her. On the podcast, Ash Trevino was just like very not right in the head. Like, people were like, this person is not okay. Her kids were there. Her kids looked really uncomfortable, really depressed, really nervous. Ash was just like being very inappropriate the whole time. She said some really inappropriate things. You might also know her from a couple other viral sounds or whatever, like the one where she's like, you want to know how it smells? Ask Santos.
You know it smell well.
That was her in the nunu song, which was awful.
You want to know how it smells? Ask Max. He know it smell well. I'm just kidding.
But that, in like the gist of it in the quickest way possible, is pretty much just Ash Trevino. Again, this is a very, very quick preface. There is a lot there, and if y'all have watched the podcast, it is like very in depth, and it's honestly a very fucked up story. Y'all do not want to sleep on watching the Camilla interview, but I get it. It is long. It's like an hour and 15 minutes or something. Good thing for y'all, I actually made an entire in-depth video about this, debunking her entire podcast. So that is where I break each part down of the interview and basically just like explain in depth the situation, because watching the interview alone, if you don't know who Ash Trevino is, if you just watched the Camilla interview and don't know Ash Trevino and don't know anything about her, you're gonna be left like wondering a lot more questions than you had when you came into the interview, because like you kind of have to know the whole backstory and like know like everything about her before. That's where my video comes in. So if y'all are interested in knowing more about Ash Trevino, my video will be linked below and it's right here. But despite that interview going horribly for her, it wasn't necessarily what made her fall off or get canceled, surprisingly. Reason number one of what made Ash Trevino finally fall off: being exiled from the entire influencer community in Texas, as well as her best friend, Heffa. So how Ash Trevino was able to stay relevant and make money was through TikTok live battles. And if you don't know what TikTok live battles are, thank God. They are literally the stupidest and scummiest way, in my opinion. No, sorry. The second most stupidest and scummiest way to make money off of your followers and your audience. The number one way is selling scummy courses. And the number two is TikTok live battles, in my opinion. Live battles is where two or more people on TikTok will go live together. And the whole premise of the battle is like, whoever's viewers tips them more money wins the battle. So the people on live will be like, come on guys, send me tips, send me tips, send me money, send me money, send me money. We're gonna win this. We gotta win this battle. We're gonna win it. And whoever's fans can send them the most money wins the battle. What do they win? All of the money. Well, they both win the money. Like, both people who battle still get to keep all the money. There's no actual like crazy prize. Like, you're paying them for no reason. You're paying them for absolutely no reason. By the way, when people tip gifts in live battles, because you don't actually like tip them straight up money, you give them gifts, but gifts cost money. I guess the most expensive live battle gift that somebody can give you is a TikTok universe, which like disrupts your entire live stream and like does this big fancy thing, and like a universe pops up and it makes noise and it makes a song. I guess the whole reason people send gifts is to get the creator's attention. Wait, I can't wait to get my thyroid issues fixed, because it literally hurts to talk anytime I talk because my thyroid is so swollen. Ayo, hypothyroidism check. A TikTok universe costs 45,000 coins, which translates to approximately 562 US dollars, or if you're in Canada, it's about 780 Canadian dollars. So a lot of creators live battle. Like, to be honest, the scummiest creators live battle. Jeffree Star live battles. Ash, the way that she goes about live battles, so she is like infamous for like begging, pleading, guilting, and even threatening her audience to send her roses and other gifts so that she can win live battles.
If you double tap that screen, we would beat you along with just taps. Like 15,000 people and I'm at 10,000 points. Like, you get 3 free points. If you don't have a money, that's fine. But double tap that screen, it helps, don't it?
Yeah.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, there's 13,000 right now. You see my score now that they're tapping?
Damn.
Like, that's what makes me mad, is like they just sit there and I'm like, bro, we're in a series. Like, you can't let one person carry the team. You can't. Get the roses, you guys. Get the roses. Get the roses. Get the roses. Oh my God. Guys, can we get 20 people to send one galaxy, you guys? Or 2 interstellars? We will literally catch up to them, you guys.
So the people that she would go live with were the same people, like for the most part, the same people who were like within this like problematic, questionable group of American influencers that were like in Texas or in Arizona. So, as I just said, one of the main people that Ash Trevino would associate herself with was Santos, or Santos PRC on TikTok. So Santos is 20 years old now. He is a father. He doesn't see his daughter ever. His daughter lives in a different city. I don't know. His home situation is really complicated or something. Nobody really knows for sure who this man is because he's been caught in so many lies about who he is, but he's like lied about being in the military, and he like lied about like seeing his daughter every day. He's just like this really immature, like lying 20-year-old boy who like we don't even know anything about because he just keeps lying. He also has 3 or 4 essay allegations from different women who tell very in-depth, in detail stories about it. One of them is Angelina, and if you guys are interested in hearing Angelina's whole story, it is 9 minutes. The video is at the end of Camilla's interview with Santos, because after Ash Trevino went on Camilla's podcast, Camilla then asked Santos to come on her podcast and then did a whole episode with Santos, which this episode he showed up absolutely fried out of his mind, could barely answer any questions or keep a straight face, kept looking away, kept going to the bathroom, kept drinking water, was really giving nothing the whole interview.
You have been accused of human trafficking by your ex. What's your response?
Bro, like
It's just BS?
Yeah, it's just like people trying to make me look bad.
Valley and Brianna are both part of this new house on TikTok called the MILF House, which I think Santos is also in, and it's just like for single mothers that like party all the time. They started a house called the MILF House. I think they also do OF too in the house, but yeah, so that's the MILF House. And finally, there's Ash's best friend, Heffa. Heffa plays a really important role in this. I would say one of the most important roles in taking down Ash Trevino. Heffa, while we don't really know who she is, she's kind of just this girl who popped out of nowhere. She would go on live with Ash all the time, like almost every day. There were so many clips of Ash on live with Heffa, and I'm not entirely sure what happened to their friendship, to be honest. I couldn't really find like a specific point in time when they stopped being friends, and in order to catch up on all the Ash Trevino and Heffa drama, I would literally have to watch hundreds of hours of live streams and clips, and to be honest, y'all, I may be nosy, but actual drama is exhausting. It's mentally exhausting, and also it's low-key boring. Like, it gets boring after a while.
Guys, let's go chat. Everybody together, guys. Cook this little girl. She really sweet.
Guys, cook Heartbreaky Jr. Cook Heartbreaky Jr.
I'm mentioning that big bird in my life, please.
Cook Heartbreaky Jr. She looked just like her. Cook her.
You don't tell. You don't.
Why you look like Carol? Which one do you look like, Carol or Heartbreaky? I haven't decided yet.
Do I look
like a kind of both of them?
Do I look like Mechon?
Have y'all ever played The Sims? If y'all have played The Sims and your sim is like playing a game and then it's saying, this sim is no longer getting excitement from this activity. That's how I feel after like 30 minutes of looking at Ash stuff. A lot of people really don't play about kids. Like, they really don't. Like, I don't. So when she was like flexing the fact that she thought it was funny that her kids don't have beds, and then got into this whole drama about not wanting to buy her kids beds, even though people have literally offered to buy whatever beds their kids want, an entire bed set, and she said, no, my kids don't need beds. I don't need anybody to buy them beds. She literally denied people from helping her children get bed sets because she thought it was too embarrassing, because she thought that she was perfectly capable, but then she just didn't.
Now she did ask me, did your kids pick out the bed set? I said, I don't want you to buy it. I don't need you to buy it.
So people really started to distance themselves from Ash Trevino when they realized, like, okay, this is a very bad mother and a very questionable person. Her drama wasn't just making her look bad, it was now affecting the lives of children. So a lot of people don't play about that. So naturally, a lot of people that she used to go live with and hang out with and talk to and film with distanced themselves a lot from her. So she stopped going live with all these big people who are making her relevant, and then she kind of just started going live with just Heffa. Again, I don't know this exact pinpoint in time where they stopped being friends, but at some point in time, they stopped being friends. And when they stopped being friends, she like completely flipped the switch, and she totally flipped up on Ash Trevino. And she went from being live with Ash and battling Ash every day to doing her own lives and talking so much crap about Ash. She would come on live stream every day and just gossip. So after Heffa just started like deadass exposing her in every single live and stopped talking to her, Heffa actually went and got a lawyer and tried to go the extra mile and paid a lawyer, actually started like this like GoFundMe fundraiser. Oh wait, not even a GoFundMe, sorry. This is TikTok. She just asked her TikTok followers to donate on her live stream, donate gifts, and every gift will go towards the lawyer to take down Ash Trevino's page from TikTok. So she raised $500 from her followers, which you don't have $500, sis. You don't have you have to ask like a bunch of 12-year-olds for $500. You don't have it already in your bank account. You have a business. I don't know. That's sus. But she raised money from her followers to hire a lawyer on retainer to try to work with TikTok to get Ash Trevino permanently banned from TikTok so that she could not make any more accounts. Like how like Twitter had Donald Trump permanently banned from Twitter before Elon Musk bought it out and like named it X. Now that Ash had nobody interesting to go live with, people stopped watching because the energy in her live streams completely vanished. She went from doing like these crazy stuff. She would get drunk. She would say all this stuff. People would screen record it. People would clip it. So people, naturally, thousands of people were watching these live streams every single day. Nowadays, her live streams, that ass, went from 2,500 people, 2,500 viewers, to like 50 people or less. So not to mention the things that she's doing on these live streams, again, they're not very high energy or fun or entertaining. They're actually quite dark and quite disturbing and quite sad.
You want to be a tía? You want to be a tía? You want to be a tía?
Yes, yes. Trae los squinkles, tráelos. Hey, tomorrow, you better get on in battle because we were waiting and I got drunk because of you.
Ash Trevino's lives are so boring now, y'all. Like, she's either just sitting there blankly staring or she's getting wasted and pretending to hook up with somebody while on live. And meanwhile, nobody is even really paying attention to her anymore. So she started streaming with this girl named Heartbreaky. So Heartbreaky isn't really known in the public. She's kind of just like a regular girl. However, she is very loud, a very loud girl who is equally as obnoxious as Ash Trevino. And maybe what she's trying to do is like be recognized as the next Ash Trevino, which I don't know why anyone would want that. She's kind of just doing like the craziest things that she possibly can to get clipped from the T pages so that she can like get more clout and get more traction, which brings me to what she did. She did something very horribly traumatizing to the majority of people on this earth, which ended up getting her main account actually banned earlier in April. I don't know if she was like at the club or something, but she was very, very wasted as usual. And she took the phone into the bathroom with her, sat down on the toilet, put the phone like this, and showed her entire nunu while she was peeing on the toilet. And the next day, her account with 1.1 million followers got banned. To be honest, that's it. There's no more to that story. That's literally it. She got very desperate and she showed her nunu, her entire nunu, for the world to see, to probably a bunch of children who were watching her because her audience is mostly children. So, that's illegal. That's felony, I think. I'm not gonna show the clip. I would never show the clip.
Like, no, Ash, oh my God.
I saw the clip. I have never wanted to boil my eyes and then spray them with Windex so badly. I'd have never wanted to bleach my brain. But yeah, since then, she started another TikTok account, which I'm pretty sure she's on like her 8th TikTok by now because she keeps doing things like this that gets her banned. So her newest TikTok account has 600,000 followers. I don't know how or why. And by the way, she also allegedly posted a pregnancy announcement, which was like the most recently circulating thing, right? Is Ash Trevino pregnant? Everyone was saying she's pregnant. I thought this is like literally the most desperate attempt to grab any sort of remaining clout at all. And the pregnancy test that was posted was actually grabbed directly from Google Images. I've actually used that one before for April Fools. Oopsies. Unhinged. They didn't think it was funny, but I did. So the account that posted the pregnancy announcement was actually not even her own account. It was actually a fake account, because this was right around the time where her main got banned. So I think like the day after that her main got banned, somebody made another Ash Trevino account and then posted the pregnancy announcement saying that it was the real Ash Trevino when it wasn't, but she's not pregnant. And that was just a rumor. I hope that she wouldn't get pregnant again because the circumstances she's in, I don't think that she would make a good pregnant person. It's pretty hard to be a pregnant person when you are also addicted to partying and alcohol and live streaming on TikTok and being a Dumbo. Also, another rumor that I'm debunking right now is that she lost her apartment and lost custody of her kids. So she lost neither. She moved out of her original apartment. I don't really know the truth for why, but I know she moved out of it. She said that it's because she bought a house. I don't care enough to look into that. You would have to like find her address and then look up like the home ownership transfer records, which if you know her address, you can do that. It's actually really easy to figure out if someone's a homeowner. Like I'm nosy, but I'm not like a creepy obsessive stalker, so I'm not gonna like go out of my way to find her address. That's just kind of weird. But she definitely didn't lose custody of her kids. Her kids still live with her. On one of her more recent lives, she was talking about her kids being sick in bed at her house, so we know that she didn't lose custody. And that brings me to the number one reason, and probably like the biggest reason why Ash Trevino fell off and why people finally decided, you know what, this is too far. I like to call this the nail in the coffin. Her beef with a girl named Zara. Okay, so remember how at the beginning of this video I said that Ash Trevino was known as the inmate hopper? Well, one of the inmates that she was dating or married to, I guess, because she's been in multiple marriages, one of the inmates that she was married to, his name was Isaiah Gonzalez. Isaiah Gonzalez was a murderer. He was convicted of murdering a guy named Mohammed. Mohammed had a daughter named Zara. On one of Ash Trevino's live streams, shortly after she appeared on Camilla's podcast, Zara was beefing her in the comments. Ash Trevino got in a lot of beef with her, like a heated argument with Zara, and ended up saying that Zara's dad deserved everything that he had coming. And then she made a further racist comment comparing Zara's dad to Osama bin Laden, or the attack on the Twin Towers, which is very disgusting and very racist and extremely inappropriate. So people went wild. Ash ended up apologizing for this, but her apology was very half-assed, y'all. It wasn't like an apology when like my parents used to force me to apologize to my sister after getting in a fight.
So what happened last night, some things were said, shouldn't have been said. I apologize for my actions. I apologize for everything. If I offended you, I apologize. Those are not my intentions. The daughter came on being disrespectful, and all I knew was to defend myself. Mohammed, right? How do you know that he wasn't the one behind the Twin Towers? He tried to do the Twin Towers, bro. She tried to force me to say her dad's name. I'm not your puppet. You're not gonna force me to do something that I'm not gonna do. I'm not a mean person. I'm not a cruel person. There was a lot of Mohammeds that were in the Twin Towers. I don't care what they think about me after this. I really don't care what they think about me. I really don't. She don't even know me, bro. Don't come bully me, because I'll bully y'all right back. She shouldn't have requested me. She doesn't know who I am. I don't know who they are. Just because I was married to him does not mean that I had anything to do with any of that, okay? This happened 15 years ago in my area. He's serving his time. Justice has been served. You know, he got a big sentence. They all did. Do I agree with what happened? No, I don't. Nobody should ever lose somebody to anything. I'll go hard for Isaiah because Isaiah's innocent. He didn't do nothing. He's innocent in my books. I have his name tattooed right here for a reason. He's so innocent. Isaiah's just an innocent little angel. Can't wait until he comes home. But again, like I said, the girl called me out of my name. She called me the B word. She disrespected me first, so all I knew was to defend myself. When you throw something at me, I'm gonna throw something back harder, and that's all I know to do. Again, just because I was married to somebody who made a mistake, who did something that, you know, shouldn't have happened, it's not my fault. Like, it's really not. And I felt like she was making it seem like I was at fault for that, when I wasn't even with the guy when it happened. Mind you, I didn't get with him till he was 24 and I was 30. I am now 36. Okay. Again, I just came on here to apologize to my followers, to my true people that I care about, and I did not mean to disrespect anybody or hurt anybody. But you call me the B word? Okay, well then your dad deserved everything he got, and that's why your dad's not here right now. Don't play. I'm not the one to play with when it comes to Isaiah. I have his name tattooed on me for a reason.
Yeah, thank God, people stopped watching her after that. She could have done a lot and had like a real career off of like her memeability and trolling. It kind of just goes to show like this was never a troll, and this is just a very disturbed person who doesn't really deserve the spotlight, and also doesn't know how to properly monetize it and brand herself to be able to actually make a stable career with an income off of it. And that's probably why her only income right now is just begging for money on TikTok Live. So, but comment below your thoughts on Ash Trevino. Smash subscribe if you are also sick of Ash Trevino. Let me know below what your thoughts are on the whole situation. Do you think that she fell off? Do you even still see her on your For You page? Have you ever heard of her in the last like 3 weeks or month even? Alright y'all, if you made it to the end of this video, please comment nunu. So I know y'all are OGs and made it to the end, and comment new ideas for topics below. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to smash subscribe. I upload videos just like this every Friday and Saturday morning. This was a very short video today for me, so if y'all want a little more yap, then feel free to check out one of these 2 videos because YouTube thinks that you might like them too. But that is enough from me, y'all, so I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day or night, and I will see y'all in the next one.